Plus, reminding you to put your phone down while driving. Distractions won't get you there. Heads up, Guam. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Ahead on primetime, former GPD officer Marc Torre Jr. back in court today at issue the final witness list. Plus, vandals damage a monument outside St. Anthony's Church in Tamuning, and reaction to a pair of bills aimed at resolving the Jotnya mayor situation.
Hafa and good evening. I'm Adriana Cotero. We lead off the news tonight with the latest in the retrial of Marc Torre Jr. In court today, jury selection was scheduled for January 9th. And in the second try of the case, Torre asserted his rights to a speedy trial, and it's anticipated for the trial to begin this month. However, a date has not been set yet. As stated in court, both parties are finalizing their witness lists that must be filed prior to jury selection. Torre's attorney Jay Ariola says that they completed their list. As for the government, Chief Prosecutor Basil Malin plans to have 40 witnesses, but is still in search of the former medical examiner, Dr. Espinola, a witness the defense voices concerns with.
They are unavailable to at least do video testimony. We are aware that in other more recent cases, Dr. Espinola's competency may have been subject to vigorous cross-examination in other cases where he has changed his opinion as to the cause of death. And so that would be and is exculpatory to the defense at this point, and we think that there is a dire need to have his personal testimony in this case as he decides the ultimate issue of cause of death.
He can't be found.
Torre faces charges of negligent homicide and aggravated assault for the 2015 fatal shooting of fellow police officer Albert Piolo. More from Superior Court. Judge Anita Sokola says they were all charged up, then the Attorney General dropped them down. Some were first and second degree felonies and now down to misdemeanors. She made that comment during Ray Hokog's sentencing hearing this afternoon. Hokog was indicted with various other individuals in the 2017 Department of Corrections major contraband scheme. He was sentenced to 1 year suspended jail time and no fine for conspiracy to promote major contraband. The court had concerns with Hokog because he's had 2 violations and are still waiting for the results from his last testing. Hokog was ordered to check in 3 times weekly with probation for 1 year. A progress hearing was scheduled for January 21st. And also sentenced this afternoon from the 2017 DOC contraband scheme was ex-Department of Corrections officer Edward Crisostomo. He was one of the only individuals in the case to plead guilty to felony charges. Family, friends, and supporters from Lighthouse Recovery Center filled Judge Anita Sokola's courtroom this afternoon for defendant Edward Crisostomo's sentencing hearing. Crisostomo was a public official, having used his position as a Department of Corrections officer in the 2017 major contraband scandal that occurred in the Manila facility, and he told the court he takes full responsibility for the crime he's been charged with. Crisostomo pled guilty to receiving bribes as a third-degree felony and also possession of a Schedule II controlled substance as a third-degree felony. Since the arrest, he has been in the Lighthouse Recovery Center program and attends Narcotic Anonymous meetings. His attorney, John Terlahi, told the court his client has always agreed to cooperate and has never tested positive. Wanting to provide testimony during his hearing, Crisostomo said, quote, "I messed up, Your Honor. I made a wrong decision, and there's nothing I can do to turn back time. I did seek treatment, and my life started. It's given me back my life," end quote. And the Office of the Attorney General agreed with the defendant, stating that he has done exceptionally well on pretrial release and should be awarded leniency. Crisostomo faced up to 5 years in jail, but ultimately Judge Sokola sentenced him to 3 years, all suspended, with credit for time served, a $1,000 fine, and for the term to run concurrent with his federal case. Following the hearing, Crisostomo's only comment was that he plans to do this next.
Continue to do good.
The Supreme Court has upheld the termination of the government's contract with Basel Food Industrial Services Corporation. In 2016, the Department of Public Health closed the facility due to multiple violations. The company held 2 contracts to provide meals to the island's elderly residents. Basel had filed an appeal of the termination of their contracts with the OPA, but it was held by the Superior Court and now affirmed by the Supreme Court. And St. Anthony Catholic Church starting off the new year with what the parish priest is calling an act of violence. With more, here's Sabrina Salas Montanani.
These crosses not only symbolize the age of Christ,
but also to commemorate the unnamed numbers of the unborn that have been killed.
According to Father Mike Crisostomo of St. Anthony Catholic Church in Tamuning, the crosses were erected on Monday, including a sign from the Catholic Pro-Life Committee stating "Protect the unborn babies." But this morning, a parishioner reported they had been vandalized.
And I thought that maybe it was the wind that kind of just, blew it off. But then after looking at it closely, it can't be. Even with the sign that's been bolted, has been taken off its, concrete screws. So it definitely is an act of violence or an act of vandalism. And we reported to the police already.
The news came as a shock to Father Mike, wondering who and why someone would do this.
If they have any problems or they differ with our opinions, then we can talk about it, and we certainly can agree to disagree. But this to be able to disfigure anything like this or any sacred ground or any sacred church is just unfortunate, and it shouldn't be.
It's estimated that in the past 5 years, there have been over 1,000 abortions performed on Guam. That is up until May 2019, when the physician performing the procedures retired. Organizations like the Catholic Pro-Life Committee have been fighting against abortions in Guam for years and went so far as holding a prayer rally on the lawn of Adelup last June in response to the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration's efforts to recruit a doctor who will provide women the right to choose an abortion. By this afternoon, the crosses and the signs were back up, a show of the church's resolve.
It's very unfortunate that we begin 2020 with this type of act. But, that's not going to deter us, right? It's something that would just actually motivate us and continue the fight of what we're doing to bring awareness of an end to abortion and respect for life from the moment of conception to natural death. We're going to continue to move forward.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matson.
A purchase order has been signed for the Department of Public Health and Social Services' new central office space. This comes after the public health building was classified as a state of emergency. Here's more. What was once a laboratory will soon become the Department of Public Health and Social Services office, as the agency has leased out this space in Tamuning on the 3rd floor of the Sam Tan building.
We are now starting to move in with that and trying to get the laboratory up and operational. So that's where we stand, and we are finalizing the other logistics as far as the office space for the remaining programs within the Department of Public Health.
The laboratory is about 5,035 square feet. It's an emergency procurement for 3 months that cost a total of $75,000. It was back in November when an electrical fire broke out at DPHSS, and the governor declared a state of emergency. Director Linda Denorsi says they are making progress.
So we are trying to do the best we can as far as getting it operational as quickly as possible. So that's what we're working on at this time.
In the meantime, the other programs offered at the department's main facility are still running, but at various locations, while they continue to wait for the Department of Administration to issue those purchase orders.
Our services have diverged to other, some of them are at Northern Region Health Center, some are at Southern Region Community Center. Some of those purchase orders have questions that are being addressed as far as ample space, and if the condition of those office space is sufficient for us to immediately occupy the facility, and that is very critical.
Denorsi says space is an issue as they are squeezing themselves into other centers, and this is the reason for the need of additional office space and further purchase orders. DPHSS wants to reassure the public that while they are not under one roof, they are still operational.
We're continually providing the services, and if they need to be patient with us, we're doing the best we can to accommodate everyone.
To start off the new year this afternoon, Governor Leon Guerrero put pen to paper and signed Bill 216. The bill, sponsored by Senator Joe S. San Augustine and co-sponsored by Speaker Tina Muñoz Barnes, establishes a rate of the stipends for Guam Police Department civilian volunteer police reservists. Chief of Police Stephen Ignacio says reservists play a big role because they help augment the workload.
For over 30 years, the stipend has been $250, but for over 30 years, you can count on a police reserve officer to come in and help out when help is needed. So they're a very important part of our organization.
It was on December 20th during the last legislative session of 2019 that Bill 216 passed unanimously. Stick around for more news here on Prime Time.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Hila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Currently before the legislature are two bills aimed at resolving the situation in Zonia, and another one is on the way. But according to the executive director of the Mayor's Council of Guam, lawmakers have to act fast. Sabrina Salas-Mantanani reports.
Senators have asked him to step down.
We haven't heard from him directly or indirectly. We have not heard from the mayor.
What we have heard is two bills, one introduced by Speaker Tina Muñoz Barnes, the other Vice Speaker Talina Nelson, both geared toward resolving the problems in the village of Jotnya. Since September of last year, Jotnya Mayor Jesse Blas has been locked up pending his trial in the district court in February, and he's still getting paid.
They recalculated expires on this month.
The end of this month?
In about 2 weeks.
But unable to perform his official duties. There's no vice mayor in Jotnya, and there's also no legally required municipal planning council. While bills have been introduced to help the leaderless village, Mayor's Council of Guam Executive Director Angel Sablan says time is of the essence.
March 8th is actually 240 days from the general election. And statute right now says that if there is no vacancy declared by the 240 days, then there shall be no special election. It shall be by appointment through the MPC, through the governor, and consent and advice from the legislature. But right now we don't have that MPC.
The Speaker's bill, co-sponsored by Minority Leader Senator Will Castro, would provide for the expedient appointment of an MPC, while Vice Speaker Nelson's measure calls for a recall election. Both bills have to go up for a public hearing and then placed on session agenda, passed and signed before March 8th. Sablan says the issue could be resolved quicker if, one, the mayor actually resigns, or two, current law is repealed with respect to the 240 days. For now, Sablan says he's going to move forward with preparing for any possible scenarios.
I'm going to request, because the mayor is still the mayor, and even though he's in detention, that we prepare some letters of appointment of people of his choosing that he knows, that he's probably previously talked to about becoming MPC members, and appoint them. He needs 10. Appoint them, and the law says he doesn't have to be the one to swear them in. It could be anybody. It could be another mayor, it could be the governor, it could be the senator. It could be me.
According to the Speaker's office, they have not received any response from Mayor Blas on the request that he step down from his position. Mayor Blas, meanwhile, has pleaded not guilty to charges accusing him of extortion and accepting bribes to bring in drugs through cluster boxes in his village. He is scheduled for trial on February 4th.
if any good is going to come out of the situation with the village of Jonair now, it's that we put some attention into filling the gaps on how we handle periods of time when there is no mayor for a certain village.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matson.
The Guam Police Department will be appearing before the legislature's Committee on Public Safety on Friday. According to Chairman Jose Terlahi's office, an oversight hearing was requested by Vice Speaker Talina Nelson. Issues that will be discussed include the disbanding of the Mandana Drug Task Force and drug-related crimes, GPD's plans for hiring, recent shootings, and the police department's plans to improve the force. The oversight hearing is scheduled to get underway at 5:30 p.m. In an effort to ensure that Guam Cancer Trust Fund revenues are issued for its intended purposes, Committee Chair on Health Senator Therese Terlahi introduces Bill 261. Last month, the Office of Public Accountability issued a report finding inefficiencies, violations, and noncompliance with trust funds governing laws, objectives, and lack of documentation. According to Senator Terlahi, the bill would ensure revenues are used primarily for patient care, cancer screening, and direct services for patients. Bill 261 more clearly outlines the responsibilities of the University of Guam in managing and investing of the fund and creates a council comprised of cancer care experts to review and award grants to nonprofits for direct services for cancer patients. And about $10,000 short from reaching their goal of $60,000. Salvation Army Guam is extending their annual Red Kettle campaign until tomorrow, January 3rd, and getting some much-needed help to bring them closer to that magic number. Several Government of Guam agencies are pulling together and will join in the effort. It was on Monday, December 30th, that Governor Lou Leon Guerrero issued a memo asking for volunteers. The governor herself will also be bell ringing this evening. Throughout the day, firefighters from GFD were at some of the locations bell ringing, as well as Senator Amanda Shelton. To date, there have been over 75 groups, agencies, families, and individuals who have volunteered since the campaign started on November 29th. Major Tam Stamba, Guam and Micronesia coordinator, visited several of the locations today.
We have agencies out today and tomorrow, and so we're looking forward to all these friends coming out and showing their support. And the governor herself to come on out and ring the bell for us tonight is a blessing for us, and really great to see the support that she has for the Salvation Army.
Money raised from this campaign, which is going on its 27th year, will go toward year-round programs on Guam and will help them continue providing disaster assistance, drug and alcohol rehabilitation services, food and rental assistance for struggling families, and more.
Just want to say thank you to the Guam community for coming out and supporting the Salvation Army, including with the recent break-in at the thrift store. The community support has been great, and so we thank everyone for coming out and extending our kettle till Friday to help us raise those needed dollars.
If you would like to donate to Salvation Army and ensure they meet their goal, you can call 477-9872. With regional headlines, here's KSPN2 News.
Hafa-Day Guam, here are the headlines for CNMI. After a little over 18 hours in labor, 30-year-old Joanne Desiree Cano welcomed her new baby girl, Margaret Cano, the first baby of the decade on Saipan. Margaret was born at 12:37 p.m. January 1st, weighing 4 pounds and 14 ounces. And although baby Margaret is in good health, Joanne did have some concerns.
I'm scared.
Why?
In deliver.
You were?
Because pain. The pain. My baby come out very happy.
The father of Margaret, Devron Cano, says he's excited about his child being the firstborn baby of the year on the island.
In the first place, because I'm inside in the delivery room, I cannot see her because in pain. But the baby come out, and feel happy and then excited.
Rhonda DiConstanzo is the nurse practitioner at CHCC and says she is happy to have been part of welcoming Joanne's fourth child into the world.
She was in labor for quite a while, but when she got to complete, she delivered very quickly. I barely had time to get my gloves on. First baby of the decade. Very exciting. We are very happy to welcome this little peanut into the world, and Mom did a great job. I was just happy to be there. Happy New Year.
For more news, visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2 News, I'm Ashley McDowell.
Thank you, Ashley. And sports is coming up. Keep it here.
What's that? An Alpha Insurance customer needs a claim settled immediately? I'm on it.
Agent Alpha. In the event of an accident, theft, or breakdown, each of our Alpha Insure agents are trained to go above and beyond.
This is my stop. There she is. Target acquired.
Agent Alpha. Yes!
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
The phone you want now on the best network and a plan that gives you endless data on chat, social, and music apps. Tell your Docomo Pacific rep you want now with access. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. We get the show started tonight with a look at the top 10 stories from 2019. Check it out. We start off at number 10. The Harvest Eagles boys soccer team defeat the JFK Islanders 1-0 to win the 2019 IIAG soccer title. The last time the Eagles lifted the trophy was back in 2008. James Lee scored the lone goal in the game. At number 9, Notre Dame wins their third straight girls volleyball championship. ND beat the St. John's Knights in 4 sets for the title. At number 8, St. Paul continues to dominate the girls' high school basketball scene. The Warriors defeated the Ukadu Bulldogs 57-48 to win their third straight title. Number 7, GW Geckos edged out the Father Duenas Friars in the rugby championship match 19-12. The Friars were 3-time defending champs at the time. First-time player and football standout Nathaniel Cali scored all 3 tries for the Geckos in the title game. Number 6, Southern High's girls wrestling team won the school's first ever team title. The Lady Dolphins had 4 girls take gold at the All-Island meet, with 4 other wrestlers placing and stepping onto the podium. Number 5, Frank the Crank Camacho knocks out Nick Hine in UFC Fight Night 153 in Stockholm, Sweden. Frank picked up the TKO win in the second round for his second UFC win. Number 4, Regine Tegade breaks Navy's 2007 record for the 200 meters with a time of 24:83. She would later beat that time in Boston at the Last Chance Invitational, running a PR at the meet, recording 24.46 time. Number 3, the Guam men's national basketball team successfully defended their gold medal at the Pacific Games in Apia, Samoa. Guam ran the table, going undefeated in Samoa. Team Guam beat Tahiti in the gold medal game 83-74. Ty Wesley led the way with 24 points. Number 2, the Father Duenas Friars keep their undefeated football record intact. FD won their 5th consecutive title over the GW Geckos 7-0 and improved their streak to 47 straight wins. And at number 1, GDOE and IIAG split, leaving high school athletes wondering about third and fourth quarter sports. GDOE will be running the Interscholastic Sports Association, known as ISA. The new league will kick off with boys and girls rugby, girls softball, tennis, and boys basketball. Guam Sports Events, Inc., organizers of the United Airlines Guam Marathon, unveiled its limited edition 2020 training t-shirt to jumpstart the official opening of the UGM training season. The new training tees were designed by locally owned and operated Run Guam, Inc. Run Guam has been the official merchandising partner for UGM for the past 2 years. A limited number of training tees in extra small to extra large sizes are available for sale at Run Guam at their Tumon store. Across the Pacific Islands Club, runners can win a free training tee by following UGM social pages and entering the contests planned within the next few weeks. UGM is scheduled for Sunday, April 5th, 2020 at the Governor Joseph Flores Memorial Park, Epau Beach in Tumon. Registration is ongoing for the 4 race distances, 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. More than 1,300 runners have already registered for the event. Event organizers encourage runners to register online at United Airlines GuamMarathon.com.
I'm Ruby Santos. I'm from the beautiful southern village of Umatic. One of the things that we take pride in is promoting Guam through our music, through our original compositions of songs. Here on Guam, what makes us different is our people. When we can extend that Hafaday spirit of being sincere, being genuine, being truthful, being honest, that's all part of our Hafaday spirit. The hospitality, our hearts, the genuine friendships and connections that we establish, it's all from the heart, and they can feel it. The Hafaday Pledge is something that should be taught also to our children. I think when you plant that seed in them, they'll understand it at an early age how important it is to be hospitable, to receive and embrace not only our own culture, but to embrace the other cultures around us. We are all one people.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Here's tonight's birthday shout-outs for January 2nd. Leland Kanata. Happy birthday, Leland Jude, from Dad and Mom. Micah Eloy, Spencer, and your entire Pokaigui and Kanata families. Also, happy birthday to Naomi Tovis. My kids and I would like to wish a very special birthday to the woman who supports us in a very special way, my strength and their mom, Naomi. A very blessed birthday and more to come. Trade-in Time and Glow celebrates birthday number 6 today and wishing you many more wonderful years and may all your wishes and dreams come true, coming from Na and Nu. Also, Frank Dela Cruz, happy birthday from your KUAM family, and we wish you the very best. And happy belated birthday wishes to Luann Salas, who celebrates a birthday today, as does Marcelo Mindiola. Thank you for everything you do for our family. We're proud of you and wish you many more blessings. Love your wife and kids. And also, Aaron Sean Kitigua has a birthday today, so happy birthday to you and everyone out there who blows out the candles today.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birthday. That's going to do it for us here on the news desk. But stay tuned, Bree is next within the mix.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Green Energy Solutions, Inc. Visit GESIGuam.com or call 647-8111 for more details on how we can help your business save money.